Good evening. I'm Mrs. Middleton, and tonight's edition of Apes in the Home will be uncovering soil formation and erosion. We talked briefly about soil formation when talking about succession, but just as a refresher, you can see from this image that one way to get soil is by parent material, which is just solid rock as depicted to the left of your screen, and that must be broken down. This solid rock on the left is also called bedrock. It might be weathered both physically or chemically. Remember lichen, which can do both physical and chemical weathering. After it's weathered, it can either stay in that location or it can be transported and deposited at a different location. Soils are generally categorized by horizons based on their composition and organic material. The O horizon, which is typically found at the top, is called O for organic. You will find surface litter such as leaves, dead worms, etc. in this layer. It's right at the surface and it's organic matter decomposing. You may or may not have an O horizon depending on where the soil is located. All soils have an A horizon. This is where you will get more humus. You will have the roots of grass and trees, and some worms and ants. It's the organic material that might not necessarily be decomposing. The E horizon will be found below that. This is where materials move down from the A horizon to the B horizon. This horizon might not be labeled on all diagrams since it is not huge in every biome. For example, you have an E horizon in a temperate forest, but it may barely be there or non-existent in a coniferous forest. The B horizon is your mineral layer. All the minerals found in this layer have been leached down or moved down by fluid moving down and accumulates in this horizon. It's usually redder than the A horizon because of clays that might be in the soil. The C horizon is weathered parent material. It usually has big chunks of broken bedrock. And lastly, you have the R horizon, which is the bedrock. Soils can be eroded by winds or water. Protecting soils can protect water quality as soils effectively filter and clean water that moves through them. After the Dust Bowl in the 1930s, farmers had to come up with ways to protect the soil, such as contour plowing, terracing, no-till farming, and cover crops. These practices are so important since it can take 200 to 400 years for 1 centimeter of soil to form. I hope this was a helpful presentation. Remember, you can always ask your teacher if you have a question, or the internet can be helpful if you use credible sources. Have a great rest of your day.